The ideal course of action for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2 would be to split up the titular pair from Young Sheldon as soon as possible, despite the fact that this may sound absurd. One of CBS's most popular 2025 programs is Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, which is also one of the network's most popular new sitcoms since The Neighborhood debuted in 2018. The producers of the show would therefore be wise to extend its run as much as feasible. The prequel to The Big Bang Theory always had to conclude with its seventh season, even if Young Sheldon's ratings were still very high when the show concluded in 2024. The death of George Sr. has already been canonically confirmed in the original episode. As a result, despite Young Sheldon's strong ratings, The Big Bang Theory's first spin-off had to conclude with George Sr.'s inevitable death when Sheldon was about 13 years old. There are no such restrictions on Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. The Big Bang Theory Season 11, Episode 23, The Sibling Realignment, tells viewers that Sheldon's brother and his wife are divorcing. Therefore, before catching up with the original series timeline, Mandy and Georgie's marriage may continue for 5, 10, or 15 seasons. In spite of this, I think Georgie and Mandy ought to split up in Season 2. The uncertainty of when the divorce will occur becomes a gimmicky diversion while the audience learns more about the other primary players. Georgie and Mandy's divorce will be upsetting because, despite its inevitable nature, it is nevertheless a terrible occurrence that is difficult to depict in a sitcom. Therefore, it is best for the show to remove the bandage as quickly as possible. Furthermore, this would lessen the predictability of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 2's plot. At the moment, every path leads to, oh, so that's why they broke up. The audience's primary interest ultimately surpassed the show's actual action as the query, are they ever going to get around to meeting the mother? This is exactly what wrecked later seasons of How I Met Your Mother. This major, truly unexpected Season 2 twist can save Georgie and Mandy's first marriage from this fate. Viewers would suddenly be clueless about the show's direction if its lead couple were split up in Season 2. Therefore, instead of becoming a show with a planned ending like its predecessor, Young Sheldon, CBS's Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage could develop into a series that truly astonished viewers. Appreciate the primetime coverage from Screen Rant? Get the inside scoop from performers and showrunners on your favorite series by subscribing to our weekly Network TV newsletter by clicking below. Be sure to select Network TV in your selections. Young Sheldon's spin-off spoiled this twist by reuniting Dale and Mima shortly after Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage deftly split them up in Season 1. Given that Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is one of CBS's most popular sitcoms, it would seem reasonable to assume that the program is succeeding. However, there are certain problems with Young Sheldon's offshoot. Even in its last season, Young Sheldon's ratings were noticeably higher than Georgie and Mandy's First Marriages, and the latter show obviously lost some viewers who were content to conclude the Cooper family's tale with George Sr.'s passing. However, there were several online complaints even from viewers who stayed for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Some fans took issue with Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage's choice to make Mandy a villain, while viewers who had been used to Mary's more likable portrayal in Young Sheldon also took issue with her more irrational demeanor. The character shift of Annie Potts Mima in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage was arguably the worst. It might be argued that Mima's character didn't change at all, which is exactly why the Young Sheldon spin-off's portrayal of her disappointed fans. Mima ran an illegal gambling room out of the back of her laundrette during Young Sheldon Seasons 6 and 7, which put her in a lot of danger. When the authorities raided the location and took her into custody in Season 7, this ultimately backfired on her. Georgie was left jobless and with a baby to feed, almost endangering his future. After this run-in with the cops, Mima appeared to be sober at first, but by Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage Season 1, Episode 14, A Sportsbook and a Breakup, she had reverted to her former ways. Mima not only resurrected her covert sportsbook gambling operation in order to profit, but she also included Mandy in the plot this time. Mima allowed Mandy's father to accumulate a sizable line of credit on some poor wagers, which in a matter of episodes had created a severe split between the Cooper and McAllister families. The most intriguing aspect of Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage season may second be the possible return of Sheldon, Yet this plotline was also one of the show's first mistakes. Dale, Mima's trustworthy boyfriend, ended their relationship after learning that she had resurrected her illicit gambling operation and that she had lied to him. But at the end of a sportsbook and a breakup, the pair was back together without Mima saying she was sorry or pledging to stop her illicit gambling. Dale gave Mima a bold ultimatum, stating that she had to decide between the sportsbook plan and him. As with her community service in Season 7, which was overseen by Octavia Spencer's strict parole officer, Rhonda, it appeared that this might finally compel the character to mature and change. But Mima didn't alter her behavior in either instance. She just went on and forgot her lesson. In Young Sheldon Season 7, she nearly got herself and her recently married grandson imprisoned for operating an illegal gambling parlor, but she was able to escape punishment. In a sportsbook and a breakup, Dale nearly lost her, but he had a change of heart. As a result of the two programs' refusal to push Mima, she consistently resists developing, which makes her character appear poisonous and stagnant. The magnitude of Mima's bad judgment is demonstrated by the fact that she permitted Jim to accrue debt against her, which further supports Dale's decision to end their relationship. This character lost a golden opportunity for redemption as this separation was quickly undone without Mima ever changing her mind.